The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.
Hi everyone, it's Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is Friday the 19th of May 2023 and I'm here with you for the Bundoran Weekly Podcast, episode 232, the podcast that talks about everything Bundoran. We are going to be talking about Ballyshannon. On this podcast, we are heading for the Ballyshannon Folk and Traditional Music Festival, which is happening over the August Bank Holiday weekend, and Mary Daly from that committee is going to be chatting me a little bit later on the podcast about what is coming up for this year's festival, and a good lineup it looks as well. Also, as usual, we'll be in our community corner at Bundoran Community Centre with Teresa O'Neill. Before we start, let me say thank you to everybody who supported myself and my RNLI colleagues last Saturday as we climbed Errigal. A number of my colleagues, 2 from Bundoran, 2 from Arranmore and 2 from Lochswilly, did the climb in their full RNLI kit. I just did it in my regular boots and shorts, and that was bad enough for me. Struggled a bit, but got there in the end and made it to the top and made it back down all in one piece. But huge support from the community and huge support from across the county as well. So thank you to everybody who donated to that. And we'll probably be leaving the Just Giving link open for another couple of days, and then we'll close it off, and then the donations then will be divided between the 3 lifeboat stations here in Donegal. So thanks again to everybody for doing that. I also want to let you know about an opportunity to volunteer this evening to clean up the area underneath the tourist office and the rocks around American House as well. The gathering under American House at 7 o'clock this evening, and all volunteers are welcome. That is an initiative of Bundoran Tidy Towns, always doing stellar work to keep the town clean and tidy, and looking its best for the summer season and indeed all year round. Let's start, as always, with our entertainment guide in the podcast for this week, and we'll start at the Allingham, and Kieran Mackery is there tonight. Tomorrow night then, in the Coolmore Bar, is Sinead McLaughlin, and Robert Mizell and his band are in the Ballroom, and Kieran Mackery band back in the Coolmore Bar on Sunday evening. John McHugh is at the Bird's Nest tonight. Tomorrow night, Sean Corrigan and Brendan German there on Sunday. Busy Fools tonight at the Chase and Bull, and Bangin' Yokes then tomorrow night. The monthly Rogie Jazz Club is on this Sunday evening at the Bank Bar on Main Street, and a great evening jazz promised there. The usual trad session is on Sunday afternoon, should I say, at George's Bar on Main Street. That's at 4 o'clock, and all are welcome to join in for that. And if you're about during the week, they're doing the Jam in the George on Wednesday nights, and that is from 9 o'clock. And again, any musician is welcome to come and to join in on that one. Lots happening at the Phoenix Tavern this weekend. Dee Sweeney, followed by the Rogie Cowboys. That is on tonight. Rogie Cowboys there every Friday night as well. Tomorrow then, Nail and Porrick, followed by the Hand-Me-Downs. And Sunday it's Nicky Pollock, followed by Punching Seagulls. And don't forget there's a late bar Saturday until 2 a.m. And just next door to the Phoenix, Dave Duke's 90s and Noughties Disco. And that is happening tomorrow night. Trad session with Owen Maguire, Mark Egan and Lydia Warnock at Madden's Bridge Bar tonight. Paul Simpson, you'll find him at the Railway Bar. Jerry McGinley is on tonight at 51 Main Street. Jimmy Gallagher there then on Saturday, and Sean Gibbons on Sunday, and then Paris is open as normal on Saturday night. If you would prefer to go to the cinema, it is a big blockbuster movie weekend this weekend, with the final Fast and Furious franchise movie coming out this weekend. It's Fast 10, and there's also Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And then for the kids, Little Eggs and African Rescue. They're all out this weekend at Eclipse Cinemas. Missed It Monday then is John Wick Chapter 4. If you didn't see that one, it was in the cinema recently. Your final chance to see it on the big screen with Missed It Monday. And then the full schedule, you find it on our website, discoverbundoran.com/cinema, or indeed at eclipsecinemas.com, where you can go on and you can also book your tickets for the cinema as well. Then tonight in the Abbey Arts Centre in Ballyshannon, John Kenny, Words, Lies and Songs. That is his show. That is on there tonight, and you'll find more details on the Abbey Arts Centre website for that. Still to come on the Bundoran Weekly podcast, we're going to be chatting to Mary Daly of the Ballyshannon Folk and Traditional Music Festival. It is happening over the August Bank Holiday weekend. Plans are really at a cemented stage at this point, and Mary's going to be telling us a little bit more about who's going to be taking part and what is on across the Folk Festival weekend if you're planning on doing a weekend trip to Ballyshannon or indeed to the area over the August bank holiday. And Teresa O'Neill will be with us as well in our community corner from Bundoran Community Centre. That is all on the way on the Bundoran Weekly, with thanks to AIB.ie, supporting local businesses in Bundoran and Ballyshannon.
The Bundoran Weekly.
I'm Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is the Bundoran Weekly Podcast, episode 232. If you are planning on attending the Ballyshannon Folk and Traditional Music Festival, it is on, as usual, on the August bank holiday weekend. I sat down with Mary Daly, who is on the committee of the Folk Festival during the week, and spoke about all of the different acts that are happening there. Mary, welcome back to the Bundoran Weekly Podcast for another year. It's mad how quickly it comes around again, isn't it?
Oh, Shane, absolutely. It seems like yesterday we spoke about last year's festival, and already around the corner we have 2023 festival coming up from the 3rd to the 6th of August, and really looking forward. We have a full lineup and lots of events happening.
It's, again, no more than any other big festival in the area, like Sea Sessions or whatever. It's almost a year-round job. It is.
It really is. It starts really from when we finished last year. I mean, you're looking ahead, the early part of the year, the late part of last year and the early part of this year, you're looking at the bookings. You're also looking at funding, of course, which is a huge element of any committee's organisation. And now it's marketing. It's selling the tickets now at this stage, and of course then looking at the logistics of the actual weekend.
You have a good team behind you, though.
A good team, as always. We have a lot of, it's all volunteers. We're a volunteer committee, and this is our 46th year. So I suppose that says something, that it has continued on. It has passed through the mantle of different people over the years. And a lot of people that were involved in festivals years ago, they always come on board over the weekend as well to help out, because they know.
Putting high vis on them or something.
That's it. Yeah. And, that's very important to help out in the festival office, things like that. And if anyone is listening and they would like to get involved, please make contact with us. Send us a message on social media or send us an email, because we're always looking for volunteers.
So the 3rd to the 6th of August, the bank holiday is late again. It must be coming around to next year now. It must be early again.
Anyway. That's right. Last year it was the last weekend in July, and then the Monday was, I think, the 1st of August. So it just depends, obviously, when the bank holiday falls. So we start on Thursday the 3rd. As always, we start in the Abbey Centre with the launch of Barry Britton, of course, our resident artist who does our iconic posters every year. We start with his exhibition, the launch of the festival and the launch of his exhibition in the Abbey Arts Centre, which runs for the entire month of August. And that's followed this year by a concert at 8 o'clock in the Abbey Arts Centre. And this year we're delighted to have the Seeger Sessions revival. And of course it comes hot on the tails of Bruce Springsteen being here in Ireland last week. And the Seeger Sessions was made famous, of course, by Bruce Springsteen. And this is a group of musicians, between 14 and 18 musicians. So it's real high energy. They're all from the north, I think. And they put together the Seeger Sessions revival, and we're presenting that on the Thursday night in the Abbey Arts Centre, and we're really looking forward to that, because I know they have been in the Millennium Forum, they've been in Belfast, they've been in Sligo Live last year, and they've sold out everywhere they've gone. So I would urge people to get their tickets for that. Now the tickets for that are on the Abbey Arts Centre page, so you go on to abbeycentre.ie and you book your tickets for that.
Okay, that sounds like a good night of entertainment. And then moving on then to the Friday.
Well, moving on then, I suppose, looking at, as we say, live in the marquee, to take the pun from down the country.
Cork, yeah.
Looking at the three main concerts in the marquee. On the Friday night, we have the Dan McCabe show. And of course, Dan McCabe has become famous since the whole lockdown, and that he's one of these people that just went viral over lockdown, recording and putting up songs and whatever. And he is packing out places no matter where he goes. And he has support with him. Sheena Trill, and we're delighted to have them both come in the entire show, and they've loads of traditional musicians as well with them on the Friday night. And then moving on to the Saturday night, we have, of course, Donal Lunny and Andy Irvine, no strangers to the festival. We've Paddy Casey coming back again. Paddy has packed the houses and lifted the roof off the marquee every time he's been with us, and we're delighted to have him back again this year. And then we have George Murphy and the Rising Suns, and of course people of a certain vintage certainly will know George Murphy from when he won the I think it was called Eurostar, was it? Yeah, at the time. And I spoke to him, and that was something like maybe 20 years ago now. Wow. I think he was only 17, but
I think I was only 17.
Oh, me too, Shane. Yeah, no, sure. I think I was 16 and a half actually. But he's really now he was with the High Kings there for a few years, but he's gone out on his own and has a fantastic band. There's 8 in the band, and that's the Saturday night lineup in the marquee. Moving on to the Sunday night, then we have Frankie Gavin back with us, and we're delighted. Of course, Frankie had a health scare last year and went through all his cancer treatment, and I know that was well documented on the TV and press and whatever, but we're delighted to have Frankie back and Dannon. And then we have a 12-piece band rounding off the Sunday night in the marquee and hopefully lifting the roof, and no doubt they will. We have the Rapparees with a very special show, and it's Fairy Tale of the Pogues. Okay. So it's every hit of the Pogues, from Rainy Night in Soho to even, I'd say we'll do Fairy Tale of New York, even in August. Fantastic. in Ballyshannon. So looking forward to that. Of course, mixed in with all of that, then we have fringe events, we have workshops, we have masterclasses, we have the Sunday Folk Club, we have the street entertainment, which is live, and that's a very important element of the festival because we are very family friendly. We want the locals to come out and enjoy it. So there's music from 3 o'clock on the Friday on the street, 3 until about 6:30. On the Saturday then kind of 2 to 6, and Sunday 2 to 6 live on the street, and that's free for everyone to enjoy, and there'll be loads of artists coming along for that. And added into the mix then we have, of course, our showcase competition, which will be coming up in June, and the winners of the different categories in that will also get to perform as part of the festival. And we have also the Fiddler of London. We're linked with them this year, which is a new element to the festival. It's a very big international fiddle competition held in London every year, and we're delighted to be partnered with them this year. And the winner of the Fiddler of London, which was held in April, will be also attending the festival and performing over the festival weekend. And of course we're linked as well with the Sláinte Festival in France. We're twinned with Grenay and the festival over there. So we'll have all our French friends coming over as well. So all in all, it's going to be an exciting weekend. All our information is on our website, Shane. It's, of course, ballysshannonfolkfestival.com. But also you can see us on social media. We're on Instagram, on Facebook. So, just reach out in any of those platforms if you have any questions or anything like that, and we'll be happy to get back to you.
Mary, I'm sure there's sponsors that you want to say thanks to.
Oh, yes. Really, festivals like this wouldn't survive without sponsorship. We do get funding, obviously, from government agencies, the likes of Fáilte Ireland, the likes of Donegal County Council, and the Department of Arts and Tourism, and they're very important. But our local sponsors really are so important to us, from the local businesses that take the ads and the programs, to our corporate sponsors, to our drinks sponsors that come in over the weekend, our accommodation sponsors. Everything like that is so important to us, and we really do want to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved in all our sponsorship and our funding, and it really does help out. It really allows us to execute the festival that we want to to bring to people.
Are there still more acts to be added, perhaps?
There are. Well, all of our street entertainment, we haven't announced any of those yet. So we'll have probably, another 9 or 10 different acts there to to announce. We also will be announcing after our showcase competition, our showcase winners. So there's still quite a lot. Our Sunday Folk Club, that's always an interesting guest artist. So things like that we have to announce yet. We don't want to kind of spoil people by telling them too much yet, Shane. So we're drip feeding the information. But all our headline acts for our marquee and our Thursday night, of course, in the Abbey Centre have been announced, and tickets are selling really well, and we're delighted with that. There's more scope, I suppose, for the marquee concerts, where people can get the tickets right up to the event. But I would recommend people, particularly for the Thursday night for the Seeger Sessions revival, to get their tickets as soon as possible, because those tickets are selling quite well at the moment. And, there is limited seating in the Abbey Arts Centre. So get your tickets for that one, particularly.
And you mentioned tickets there, but of course, as you mentioned earlier on, just remind that a lot of the music that's on the street is going to be free right across the weekend. So there's no excuse not to go to Ballyshannon, really. There's
no excuse. Really, I mean, we always say it's the oldest town in Ireland. We're presenting the longest running folk and traditional music festival. And we're on the banks of the Erne. And we always say to people, you'll come as strangers, but leave as friends. We have people coming to us really for 46 years now at this stage, Shane, since the very beginning. They come back every year. They know the locals, they feel they're coming home nearly, and they come from all over, all parts of the world, from mainland Europe, America, obviously all across Ireland. England and Scotland in particular is a big market for us. So we do look forward to welcoming, and it's lovely to see the faces coming back every year, and saying, they know us all by name now, and they call in and say hello when they land, and it's lovely to see that. And we love welcoming new people as well, and people that, they just come on the festival and they stop off in the town, they see that something's happening, they come in and they say hello, and then they say, we'll be back next year. And it's great to see that. But as you say, the festival is family friendly. Children of all ages can go to any of the events. Also, the street entertainment is all free. Some of our fringe events are free. For example, we normally have the legend sessions where, it's a very interesting concept, because it looks at what might have happened at a session at the folk festival if two people from completely different genres met. Right. So, for example, it's always Johnny Doherty, the famous Donegal fiddler. Mm-hmm. But if he met someone like, we'll say, in the past we've looked at if he met David Bowie at a session, what would have happened? So you blend the traditional Donegal fiddle music with the Bowie music. Yeah. So this year I think the plans are, because we have the Seeger Sessions on the Thursday night, is to look at if Johnny Doherty would have met Seeger, and you have the American folk blended then with the Irish traditional fiddle music. So that's always a very interesting session, and it's free for everyone to enjoy. And that normally takes place at 12:30 on the Saturday. And we also have loads of other fringe events that are free for people to go to. But all the street entertainment is there for people to enjoy. And hopefully the sun will shine down, no doubt it will.
Yes.
And people can come and enjoy Donegal. I mean, we're right beside Bundoran if you're staying in Bundoran. And I know, you've lots of, obviously, listeners that come to Bundoran for the summer. We're only out the road, and we have shuttle buses operating as well. The local link operates, so it's not difficult for people to come out and enjoy some music and come back,
Great. 3rd to 6th of August, Ballyshannon Folk and Traditional Music Festival. Website and social media, we'll put them all on the podcast show notes. Mary, thanks.
Thanks, Shane, as always. And no doubt we'll see you over that weekend in Ballyshannon.
Cheers.
The Bundoran Weekly.
Mary, thank you. Website details in the show notes for the podcast. And best of luck with the festival. Always a great weekend in the area. Let's move across to the Bundoran Community Centre, and in our community corner, here's Teresa.
Thanks, Shane. We have the Bundoran Baby and Toddler Group here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We have a new layout, new time and date, and new activities. This is €3 per family, and if you would like to register, contact bundorancommunitycentre@gmail.com. The youth hangout has finished up for the summer. This will be back again in September. We have handmade a Bundoran and Beyond Market here in the Community Centre on Saturday the 5th and Sunday the 6th of June, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Come along and join your local crafters and see what they offer. We have leather crafting class here every Thursday. If you would like to take part in this, contact Richie on 085 77 49 649. The Bundoran Bay Swim is on Saturday the 29th of July. If you would like to register or know more information, please go to www.bundoranbayswim.com.
Teresa, thank you. We'll talk to you again next week. That is going to do it for our podcast. Thank you for listening to us, and thank you indeed for all of your feedback as well. We always welcome it at podcast@bundoranweekly.com by email. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at Bundoran Weekly. And don't forget, you can follow us wherever you're listening right now, or indeed stream and download all episodes on demand at bundoranweekly.com. That is going to do it. We will talk to you again next Friday. Have a great week and have a safe one, and we will talk to you again next week. Good luck.
The Bundoran Weekly is a production of Discover Bundoran.
The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.